Good morning, good afternoon. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in. I want to touch on marrying a bar girl. You know, everybody says that you shouldn't marry a bar girl. It's a bad situation. Uh, they have so many negative personality traits, etc., etc. Then, on the other hand, you have a whole host of people that's saying that, a bar girl, what's wrong with a bar girl? You can't tell a bar girl from any other girl on the street. So that's why I made the video of these bar girls. I want you to be able to see that for one thing for sure and two for certain, as far as appearance goes, they're beautiful, just as beautiful as the normal girl that you would not, I don't want to say normal, not saying that the bar girl is abnormal, but just the same as the girl you would meet on uh, social media, the same girl you would see in a store, the mall, or whatever. They don't look any different. They look no different. You can look at the pictures, look at the video, and see they look the same. There's nothing distinguishing about their looks that differentiate them from a bar girl to just a Christian, God fearing woman. Nothing differentiates them from that in their physical characteristics. But the thing that you got to understand is that all of these people who work in these bars and in the sex industry, they have either been driven there by need, greed, or necessity. So it's it takes a certain type of person that will go this direction. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand, that no, they don't have any physical characteristics that make them stick out. However, there's something within their DNA, something within uh, their framework in their mind that tells them it's okay or allows it to happen and be something that they can endeavor day in and day out as a means by which to achieve a livelihood, to have it as a source of income. Now, just think about that for a second. You're going to accept this way of life for an income. And what I'm saying is that if you choose a person with that mentality, you've chosen someone that's different and has a concept of life that you gotta be sure on sure that you can live with it. Now, I once had a friend, and um, I was with him. I was there one time. Guy told him, he says, "Man, that that's your woman, that's your girl." He said, "Yeah, that's my girl." He said, "Really?" He said, "You're not bullshitting me, is you?" He said, "No, no, that's my girl." He said, "Man, did you know that your woman was a hoe? She works down on Prospect every night. When I be driving, I see her every night down on Prospect." He said, "Yeah, I know she a hoe. I knew her before she was a hoe." Say, and well, you got a problem with that? So the guy said, "No, I'm wondering why you don't have a problem with it." He said, "Because, man, listen, you can get any woman you want, and you'll never know what you got." He said, "But when you get a hoe, you know she a hoe, and you know what to expect." That was his philosophy. They were together a long time, and uh, eventually she stopped prostituting. She stopped selling her body. She got older, and but she still had those whole characteristics. She still, acted like a hoe, and that was a fact. That was her personality. That was her, and he loved her to death. So what I'm saying is, it's not impossible to have a relationship with a person that has that mindset, that lives that lifestyle, but you need to be aware of it. There's a vlogger in Thailand, and he's got this relationship where I don't know, how it's working, because he tries to convince everybody that this is his girlfriend, etc., etc. Well, all the other vloggers have exposed him and this girl that she works in a bar. She's a bar girl, and he has to pay a bar fine, bar bill, or whatever it is, to get her out at night. And he gets her out, and it goes on all these uh, escapades, and he records it like they're out on a date. He shows them in the morning time eating breakfast and all of this good stuff. And the woman goes out every single day and works in the bar and sleeps with other men. She even slept with other vloggers. Well, I can't say she slept with them, but they showed her vlogging from other different vloggers' apartments, where this guy went and got her from the bar, paid the bar fine, brought her to his place, and kept her there for a couple of days, uh, as has been said, and vlog with her on air in and from his apartment. Okay, and they seem pretty intimate on the videos. So the mindset of a bar girl is something that, if you're not ready for that, I'm suggesting you stay away from it. If it doesn't bother you, if it's okay with you, if your philosophy is pay to play, that's your motto, that's what you go by, pay to play, you don't have no problem with it, okay, then you probably could handle that and then some. And it's understandable. But first and foremost, I want you to understand that there's no characteristics physically that differentiate a bar girl from any other girl. It's her mindset, her personality, and what the factor was that led her to that lifestyle. You see, why did she choose that lifestyle to earn a living? That being said, you will have to uh, find out what that is and see how that's driving her in her everyday life. And if it's something that you can handle, if it's something that you can put up with, if it's something that you can understand. Okay? So it's important that you know what you're working with. And I'm seeing more and more expats coming over here, and they're looking at these beautiful women that's grabbing them, nearly forcing themselves on them, and it's probably the most beautiful woman they ever been close to, let alone to touch them, let alone to show them that they're interested in them, and they're bar girls. Yeah, they're bar girls, and they're taken by surprise. So listen, one thing for sure and two for certain: when you help other people, you help yourself. Just trying to give you a little heads up to let you know there's no physical characteristics that differentiate a bar girl from the girl you see sitting in church. As a matter of fact, the girl you see sitting in church could very well also be a bar girl. God bless. Take care.